Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Christy. I am jumping on this Sunday afternoon, to go just over a cute little craft that you can do just to kind of decorate for, I know Memorial Day is coming up and we have 4th of July. So if everybody is getting into their patriotic decor, this one is definitely going to be a cute one for you. I don't know if you guys did see this earlier, but I did post this in the background of our cow that we made on Friday. So we are going to go over kind of how we made this. When you come on, jump on. If you're watching the replay, just leave me a little message or just say hi so I can see that you are here. And if I am live, I will talk to you and I will reply anyway if you're not live. So if you see that red button, I am live and we are going to make some stuffies. So we'll get right to it. Now this is a cute little thing for you to do for your decor for Memorial Day, or like I said, any summer party, you know, patriotic theme. And you don't necessarily have to do this patriotic theme. We're gonna stick with just some basic things today. I have hearts, and then I did try doing a star. I probably need a little bit more practice, but I will actually get together some templates and post them on my site or send them to you if you're interested. So we're gonna work on a couple hearts. Now, one of the things I do wanna recommend before you do this is if you already know what you're going to put it in, or if you're looking for a container, or if you have a dough bowl already, you may want to measure this so that this is a little too small for my particular one. Hi. You wish you had one? Well, these you can easily find. I find these at thrift stores all the time. But basically measure it or make a heart shape or circle or star shape, something that your stuffy is actually going to fit in your bowl. Now you can also add some greenery to make it, you know, fill up a little bit more. So I don't think I have a little bit of greenery, so I'll show you what that looks like in the end. So when you come on, say hi. I'm just working on 2 little hearts today. We're gonna do a larger one and then a smaller one, just so you guys can see there's a little bit of a difference in the sizes. So basically I just took a half of a shape. I didn't even do a whole shape, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold your fabric over, kind of like what I did here, and cut them out. So I won't do that part online because I do have to meet a friend for lunch today, but I already kind of pre-cut them. So like I said, you're just gonna fold it and then put your shape there, and then you'll cut it around. So that's how you're gonna do that. So basically, whatever fabric you want, if you just wanna do this for Valentine's Day and just do hearts, or you know, whatever fits your theme. You can even do it with sports teams and have those cute little things on the table for your party or whatever you'd like to do. I know I'm a football fan, so I was thinking about doing some Steeler ones because I'm a Steelers fan. So anyway, when you hop on, say hello. So I did already pre-make this. Now, there is 2 different ways you could do this. Today we're actually doing it with glue. So what you'll need is just your fabric scissors, your finger savers, and your stuffing, or from a pillow. You can also use pillow stuffing, and then a glue gun. Now, if you don't want to do the glue, you could actually do this with your, I think you're crooked. Let me actually fix this real quick. There we go. You can actually do it with your sewing machine. So if you're going to do it with your sewing machine, you're actually going to stitch everything backwards. So you're going to have your patterns kind of face together, and you can actually do this. I did this one 2-tone, so I'm going to show you guys that. But you're going to put your fabric pieces together with the patterns facing each other, and then you'll just stitch all along the side and then just leave a little opening. Maybe one day we'll do the whole sewing thing, but I'm not going to drag all that out today. We're just going to do just basic glue, something that you probably already have. Now for the glue, because glue isn't going to hold as well as stitching, and it's just for your dough bowl, you're not going to be like, you know, handling this a whole lot. Glue, it does work perfectly fine. So we are actually going to just glue around the edge and make our little edge, and then we're going to stuff it. So when you do that, you want to make a little opening. So I usually like to use a straight piece for the opening because it's easier. And then you could either take a pencil or a skewer or the tip of your paintbrush just to kind of stuff everything in there. So we'll kind of go over that. Now, because glue hardens, the hot glue likes to harden so fast, we're just going to do little sections and glue them together like that. So that's how we're gonna do that. So as you're jumping on, say hi. How is everybody doing on this lovely Sunday? It was just storming here, like really bad. So I don't know. I heard lightning and, or I heard thunder. I didn't hear lightning, but I heard thunder and what I assume is lightning nearby. So hopefully it's a quick storm. It'll go by very quickly. So basically, guys, I'm just using this kind of as my sort of like needle and thread. So I'm just going to do small sections, glue around. And then if you guys do not have stuffing, you could use a old pillow or cotton balls, or I've seen this before, even people have used plastic or paper bags. So that is what we're doing. And I'm just going to leave a little end open. I'm just going to bring this one all the way down so I can put it on there. Now when you're cutting, guys, it's very important that you do try to make sure that you are staying within your template, and you don't want to make one bigger than the other one, because then that will kind of throw off your pattern. So I believe this one is getting all glued, and fabric and hot glue usually dry very, very quickly. So this is going to be a very, very easy craft. You can even do it at your parties if you guys want to, you know, buy some craft supplies or buy some fabric and have your guests make their own just to kind of take home. I know we've made the little firework ones in the past, and I've got more ideas coming to you too. So this is just something that I wanted to kind of create because I wanted to get a dole bowl ready for Memorial Day. And just make sure you're using your finger savers, guys. If you see that it is not lining up, you can kind of push your fabric. Now this might spread the glue, but this can be your back piece, or you can hide it later with ribbon like we're gonna do. We're gonna put some ribbon and some garnishes on it. All right, so I'm just going to grab it and bring it through, and I apologize, my glue is sticking everywhere today. All right, so we're just going to bring it all the way down, and I need a new glue gun, or glue stick rather, pardon me. Let me get that ready ahead of time. All right, and we're just going to bring it all the way down, and we're just going to leave a little edge. There we go. Just enough to kind of put some stuffing in. Now you want to do it on the very edge, but not lining with the edge, if that makes sense. So leave a tiny bit of room, because when you push that glue together with the fabric, you trying not to, and it's going to happen, but you're trying not to get it out on the outer side of your piece, because what that will do is that will create the glue, and this is what happened here. It kind of came out and kind of got everywhere. But that's right, we're going to fix that. It's easy to cover up or garnish with something else later. All right, so that leaves us with a little pocket like this. So we're going to just slowly put some stuffing in here, and always work with small pieces and then just add more. And then you can kind of shape it later, just like you would anything else that you stuff. So a dole bowl is just a fancy way of saying a bowl. You could also use a basket if you don't have a dole bowl, or you could use any type of bowl, really. I've seen people use little flat baskets to put them on, or plates. They have really cute trays out for summer right now. I know Target has like a dollar spot, and they have like really cute trays. I've seen them online. I haven't been there to see them in person yet. All right. And this is my bigger heart. So we're gonna see how this one turns out. Now, I also wanted to show you guys, like I said, you do not have to make these patriotic. You could actually just get plain muslin material. I think that's what this was called, or canvas. I've seen people use drop cloths are probably the best and thickest to do this project with. So they're easier to like stand up and shape. But if you wanted to actually paint something or stencil something on here, you can. It's easier to do it on like the canvas or drop cloth than it is this, because this is just a regular fabric and it will bleed. But if you use the proper paints and the proper stencils, just make it very light and, you know, don't get too detailed. Just make it very simple. It turns out very cute as well. So these would also be really cute to make for like even a birthday party or a little girl's room, for baby. There's plenty of places and ideas. All right, so I'm gonna start to kind of see where I'm at with my stuffing. I think I need just a little bit more. And then I kind of want to stuff it as much as I can, and then we're gonna close it off at the very, very end. Now I made this different tone so you could use either side, but you the second one we're doing the same on each side too, so you guys can see that. So as you guys know, I will talk a little bit about my Ed Sheeran concert. So I went and saw Ed Sheeran last night. He is amazing. It is my 5th time seeing him. He is my absolute favorite. He's my favorite musician, I should say, alive. My favorite musician is actually Peter Tork of the Monkees. If you do not know me or know that already, there's a little information about me. But Ed is my second favorite. I got it a little bit on the edge, but that's okay. So we will kind of just tack that down. And while it's stuffed, we're gonna kind of hold it in place for a few minutes. So Ed definitely is my favorite. So I've been a fan of his for over 10 years before he was even real popular, and then everybody started liking him. So now it's good because he goes on more shows and I get to see him. I usually see him every couple years. So this was my 5th show seeing him, and he was great. It was my boyfriend's first time going to see him, and he enjoyed his time as well. It was a really good show. We were up in like the nosebleed section, but I didn't care. As long as I was there, you feel the vibe. It was actually kind of nice there because it's very hot in Florida right now, and that breeze hits you. So it's very, very nice to be up there and get that breeze when you're trying to enjoy a show. And I wore a flannel the whole time because that's what Ed used to wear all the time. Now he just wears shirts. Okay, so we are just about halfway done. So here's our stuffy. And you guys can put as much or little stuffy as you like. This is just what we have so far. Okay, now there's a couple things that you can do to garnish it off. Now, I do have ribbon, and I have thinner ribbon. These are the ones that didn't make it into my ribbon organizing the other day. Or, like I said before, you could also use scrap fabric. So I'm gonna do a scrap fabric bow on this. So basically, I'm just gonna cut little strips. I've never done this with the little ones before, so we will see what happens. I think it turns out good. It just kind of gives it a cutesy look. I'll probably do like 4 or 5. Oops, that one didn't work out very well. I think I went too close. You can make them as thick and thin as you want, but don't go too thin, otherwise it won't rip properly, as you can see. All right, so there we go. There was a little bit of rain that hit Raymond James, but it wasn't bad. It just kind of came and gone right before the main Khaled and Ed came on. So it was actually good. So I am going to just take a button today, but like I said, you guys could use anything. That's a kind of a green. I gave you guys a lot of my red, white, and blue buttons for the kits. So if you haven't ordered your kit yet, they are available online on my Etsy. That is too small. I think we're just gonna have to go with, this is a bigger one. So we're gonna go ahead and just do we'll do the cream colored one because that's okay. Yeah, I don't like that blue. Okay. So basically what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just going to take this, where's that little thing? I have these little ponytail holders. This is a good craft if you've never, this is good to have in your craft room to like hold things together, even if it's just temporary. I know it sounds very, very strange, and I'm gonna do a whole video one day for you guys on the strange things that you could get that will actually end up as perfect materials in your craft room. So I am just going to kind of use this clear ponytail holder to kind of pull these guys together until we glue them. So, hi, welcome. When you hop on, say hi. So see how that kind of just holds that together in one piece, so I'm not gluing multiple pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna garnish it up here where I kind of messed up before, and we're just gonna kind of tack that piece on there. And then I'm gonna take my button that I chose. This isn't my favorite button, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put that just in the middle, just like that. And now I'm gonna hold it together. And you only need a little bit of glue. Like I said, when you have the hot glue on the fabric, it goes very, very fast. It dries very, very fast, and it's not really gonna go anywhere, so you don't need a whole lot. All right, now the other thing that you could do also with this is I have seen, and I think I'm gonna do it with this one just to kind of make it fun and uniformed with my other ones. So I have seen where people have put, and this may be really, really, this may be a cute idea, if you're giving a little gift to everybody in your place, if you're giving like little gift cards or something. But I'm actually going to kind of attach a little pocket to the outside, kind of like I did with this one. So if you guys can see that, I actually put a little bit of, what is it? I had like I didn't have a button. I had a little flower, which I don't have in front of me right now, but I put a little flower in here, and I put just a little bit of greenery sticking out. It's really cute. You can put a picture in here if you're trying to personalize a package. The possibilities are endless with this one. So I'm actually going to make this one a little more uniformed and add the pocket onto it. That, of course, is optional. So that is definitely always optional. And then when you do the pocket, you're only going to do, I would just recommend doing the two sides just so you can line it up. And then obviously you're not going to glue the top piece because you want that to be open for the pocket. So that's what I'm going to do. And then once that glue hits that fabric, there's no real getting it off. So make sure that you're kind of lining it up however you want it. And you can put it in place and then put the glue on and then just place it over. So that's always an option for you as well. All right. So hope everybody's having a good day on this Sunday. I will be shopping later. I don't know if I'll go live, but I might make a couple little posts just because there's a couple things that I need to get at a couple of the stores, and I want to check it out to see what they have that we can craft with for future crafts. So there you go. There is our first stuffy. And then, like I said, there's a pocket right here, so you can put whatever in it. If you make it wide enough, you can actually put a little gift card in there and maybe make that like a door prize if you guys are playing games at your picnic or party or something. Or, like I said, you could use baby material and make these into like cute little baby favors for baby showers. All right, so these are what we've got so far. I might put a little pocket on my star too. So that's what we have so far. And then we're gonna make the smaller one. So the smaller one is just the same, it's just a little bit more, it's smaller. So you're not gonna use as much stuffing and you don't have to use as much glue. It's basically the same concept. So this heart and this heart are gonna be two different types of hearts. So make sure once you have your little, template, because I had mine and I'm not sure where I put it because I was so excited and I was doing all these other projects. Make sure you know where you put it. So unless you want different ones. So that's just a little tip of the day. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this one, and I'm just doing a little section, and then I'm gonna line it up with my good one. And just like I said, not real at the edge. You can a little bit, and you're just tapping it down. I hope you guys can see that. Now, definitely recommend doing this on a silicone mat or something that you can easily get it off with, because a lot of times a little bit of that glue will seep out, but you can go back and cut it later. All right. You guys, I didn't even have my coffee today, so I am still so tired from the concert. It feels like it's only like 11 to me. I did sleep a little bit, so Rob had to work. And then, of course, when you come home from a concert, I don't know about you guys, but I can't sleep when I come home. I just get so excited and pumped up, and then it's hard for me to come, back down from like my high from being up there. Or being, not up there, but from being, just in the mood and with that vibe. I am very, 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 very grateful for musicians. I love music. Music has always been a part of my life since I could remember. And whether you're an artist doing crafts or painting or doing music, you're an artist, and that truly is a gift. A lot of these, American Idol and places like that, they really encourage, young people to do art and, continue with their dreams. And if you're talented, that's why I'm here too. If you don't think you can draw or think you can paint, think again, because you can. And the world needs your work, especially in this times that we're in today. It definitely needs your work. So that's my little pep talk of the day, you guys. Now, if you do find that one side gets a little bit longer than the other the way you glued it, that's okay. We can go back and trim it off. Or you can use that one in the back. All right, so now that I've got my little opening, I'm going to go ahead and put my stuffing in. These little ones are a little bit more delicate, so I was thinking, I told you guys paper before. I would probably recommend tissue paper, and you may have to chop it up a little bit. That might be a little bit lighter. Or you could use cotton balls too. That's another thing that is cheap. You can find that at Dollar Tree. It's easy to find. I don't hear the storm anymore. I am downstairs in my laundry room, and there's no windows in here, so I can't tell if it's still storming or not. I just hope we don't lose power, because you won't see me. It's very dark in here if we lose power. I think it kind of went, I think it's one of those 5-minute storms though. I don't know where you guys are, but in Florida we have these little 5-10 minute storms. And it's just super quick and it just goes away so quickly. Alright, I'm going to need more stuffing. I had my bag down here. So I hope you guys give this a try. It'll be really cute, and I'll show it to you how it looks with the little greenery pieces. And I think I'm going to make a little, pocket for my star. So these were something that I wanted to do with my my boyfriend's mom and sister. We were going to make these the other day, but they're something came up and we weren't able to. So they've kind of been on my little back burner, but I wanted to do them in time for Memorial Day. Because that's something that, you know, definitely still celebrate always and decorate for. Okay. So I just kind of use my little brush, put my little stuffing in there without getting it stuck to the glue, of course. That was a bad example. And just kind of hold my piece together. I may have to re-glue this because I kind of messed up. It is definitely a something that you'll get better at. Each one, you'll see it progress. So you can make a couple practice ones. They're super cheap and easy to make. They don't cost very much at all. All right, so I'm gonna cut that little thing off there that kind of got messed up. Glue is very hard to predict sometimes. The one thing I will say with the concert, there were a lot of people there, guys. It was sold out. So the parking and everything was really crazy to come home. We didn't get home till about 12:30, and the concert ended about 11-ish, maybe 10:30, 11. But he puts on a really great show. So I was happy. I'm a happy girl. I got my kick for a couple years. All right, so that is drying. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Of course, I got glue on my scissors, but that's easy to remove. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that little bit off that wasn't supposed to be glued together. All right, and then I'm gonna wait till that dries a second. All right, so while that one's drying, and there's our heart, I'm gonna make the little pocket. And anytime you're using, when I was cutting this out, guys, I meant to tell you, save your scraps, because these are perfect to make that pocket. You just make a little square. And that's what I'm doing. And you could use whatever scissors. You could use big scissors or small scissors. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to make that pocket. And I think I'm going to do a pocket on this one. So let me go ahead and make this little pocket for this star. I did make a star, and you think it's so perfect, but then when I put it together, it turned out like that, so it was a little hard. I didn't really get to stuff this leg either, so this one is this is what I mean by practice, but it still looks super cute when you put it with the others. So we will just go with the flow. And you don't even have to do it up all the way if you want just a little frame. And I'm going to just take my piece and put it down. If I put it down like this, I can't see it, but it will actually glue on really a lot better. Haha! There you are. There's a little pocket. And you can even tuck it in just to kind of make it cutesy. I kind of like that too. All right. So there's our pocket for this one. This one I don't think I'm going to put any ribbon on because it is just a star. I'm going to use the star ribbon though to make my pocket for this one because it's a little different. And you want to get maybe one or two different coordinating materials, or maybe a solid color. That way, you know, you can actually see the pocket on your project. This one turned out really cute though, guys. I like this one. It's like a perfect fat heart. See, you got one skinny and one that color. They're all going to be different, so I love it. Because everybody's different. Everybody's different. Okay. I am going to, I want to use this one. So I'll go ahead and pop that baby on there. This one's kind of sides to the side, but that's okay. And you can glue on make your little pattern on there too, but I kind of like the side. That's really cute. Now I'm going to put my ribbon on this side. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use a little bit of my red and blue. And then I have a smaller button because this one's a smaller heart. So we're just going to kind of add them together. And these we can just tie since there's just two pieces. Take these off for now. You guys still with me? Okay. So here we go. We are going to just kind of put it like this. So it kind of looks like a pop, like kind of like a firework. And just put a dab of glue there. And then we'll hold that there for a second. So I did not mail out any of the napkin packs yet. I have, I believe, 3 of them that I'm mailing out. So those are they're all ready to go. I don't have more I can show you, but they're all ready to go, and they'll be going out in the mail first thing tomorrow. So I will make it a point, because obviously there's no mail today because it's Sunday, but I will make sure that those are going to get to you, so you just look for them maybe mid next week. Now, also, I'm going to give him on my next, I'll give away him on my next live. So make sure you're watching my next live. Turn on your notifications for when I go live. I will be giving him away on my next one this coming week. So I'm not sure if that's going to be Monday or Tuesday yet, but we shall see. I will definitely post. So you guys keep following my reels and my posts so you guys know. All right. All right, so you guys, I love these. I absolutely love them. Okay, so because I filled this up, you're not even gonna really notice the greenery here, but I'm gonna show you anyway because I promise. We can take the star out, and then I'll show you how it kind of looks. So you guys can maybe face them different ways, or if you have like different colors, just kind of coordinate them like you want. But here we are. So these are our little bowl fillers or basket fillers, however you want to put it. You could even stack one behind the other. And like I said, you could use these with any type of materials. You could do canvas ones. You can paint on them when you use the canvas ones, or like that material like I told you guys. And then you can put anything in here, really. You can garnish it. I just put a button on that one. But I like the way that one looks because it looks like a firework exploding. So, but get your minds going. Get you creative. That's what I'm here to do. If you guys have any questions on any materials I use, or if you want any ideas, just keep following. Leave me a comment. I'm going to sign off because I have to run to lunch with my friend, but I will be posting later on today. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft, and I'll see you later. Bye.